try this again. Oh. Where's my microphone? Let's see what's going on. Alright, I think y'all left, which I don't blame you. I'm gonna get a cup of coffee, see what happens. I'll be back. Hi, 3. Hello. Hi. I am getting coffee as well, so I'll be right back. Okay. Thank you guys for sticking around and for your patience, because, woo, somebody don't know what she's doing. Let's see. But yeah, yes. Do I have problems with anxiety? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. The reason why I'm not sure is I try to avoid stressful situations because I don't deal with stress well. But do I have a specific problem with anxiety? I don't think I do. I think it's just depression. Definitely depression, anxiety. I don't think so. Let's put it this way: I was not diagnosed with anxiety. There you go. So yeah, I got my wonky eye going on there. As y'all know, look, I'm never going to be a perfect goth, and I know there's no such thing as perfection, but something's always off with me. It's like I'll have lint on my my sweater, and I'm like, I've got my contacts going on, live streams being cut off. It's just that's why I don't try to be perfect, because it's just it's a waste of time, and it just won't go well. Let me see what happens if I... Fuck. No. What the hell happened now? Oh, shit. Oh, my God. No. What the hell? Alright, I'm still talking. Okay, here we go. Oh, I swear. Ugh, okay. Do not close out any tabs. Okay, okay, I'm not gonna do anything. Let me just sit here and just look at you. We're gonna have a stare moment. Get coffee. I'll get my shit together here. This is so bad. Hello, Soulflowers. It's Gothic SoulFlower. I know what I'm doing. I promise. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, so bad. You know why I decided to come back? Because I was just gonna end it, but then I was like, okay, there's 3 people still watching. I don't want to leave y'all hanging. And then Felicia asked me, what the hell happened? Yeah, no, I'm not giving up that easy. That's some BS right there. So oh no, it's anxiety. Hello, Misty Daydreamer. I love your username. Do y'all have... Is it anxiety with certain situations or around people, or does it really vary with the person? I guess anxiety is like depression in a way. There's people... You can get depressed, but that's... There's a mood and then there's a condition. So you got depression as far as a mood. You know, maybe you're dealing with a death or... someone, you're having problems at work or something and you're depressed, but you don't, there's nothing wrong with your brain, you're just going through something. Whereas clinical depression, nothing has to happen, it's just my brain isn't wired correctly. So it seems like anxiety is the same way. Like, I felt anxious, I do get anxiety as far as if I'm in a stressful situation, but it does have to, something has to be going on. I don't feel anxiety for no reason. I don't like kind of saying no reason. We all know something has to do with brain chemistry. So, yes, Rice Krispie treats are breakfast. Sort of. Technically not. They're more of a dessert, but yeah, you can have them for breakfast. Shoot. Absolutely. And the way my computer screen's set up... Okay, I'm not going to do any more explanation. We're just going to... Although, what I am going to do... I got to put a heater on. I'm freezing. All right. Oh, yes. Oh, the heater. Heater's right here. It's nice. Hope y'all can hear me. Can you be goth with Asperger's syndrome? Yes. Of course. Of course you can. A lot of goths have all sorts of challenges. Depression, anxiety, Asperger's, ADHD, all of that. And anybody, regardless of subculture, or even if they're in mainstream society, can go through that and have issues with their brain. So yeah, goth. I'm not surprised a lot of goths have struggled with these conditions. It's I don't know. It has something to do with just... I think we own different things because, you know, if we choose to dress differently, we do. We are different in... I think we're just more ready to question the mainstream. Doesn't mean we not listen to them, but we do question it. There's a lot of people just go along to get along, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, you can definitely be goth, and while you have Asperger's. I still don't fully know what ADHD is. I mean, I know what it is, but if I meet someone with ADHD, I'm not aware they have it, and I don't know if that's normal. Maybe it's not always obvious, but I can never tell because I don't know the illness that well. Oh, I see. Oh, yikes. Yeah, a lot of people, they do have anxiety and depression, or depression and ADHD. Yeah, it's hard to know this stuff because I specifically went to get treatment. I suspected I had clinical depression, and so I decided to talk to a doctor, and then spoke with a therapist and a psychiatrist and all that. I have not been diagnosed with anything else, and they give you questionnaires and stuff like that to see if you are if you're dealing with any of those challenges, but the only thing I've been diagnosed with is clinical depression. But it's challenging, because like yesterday I was just not feeling it, and I decided to, I think the best course of action, if possible, is really giving yourself time and space to deal with your mental illness. The problem is, at least in American society, we don't really have the space to do that. If you're working a job, you need to just get on with it, and if you're throwing up and your eyeballs are bleeding, then yeah, you can call it sick to work. But if you are having a mental breakdown, or you're just feeling anxious or depressed, that doesn't go well. It's kind of like people see it as an excuse, and it's unfortunate. It's still stigmatized, mental illness is. And I will say this about mental illness: I'm trying to watch my language as far as, like, if someone's acting a fool, it's like, oh, he's mental, or, I don't get offended by that, but I'm trying to be mindful, because I'm not digging this. I don't like it when people act a fool and are just being jerks, and people want to blame it on mental illness. I don't think that's right. I'm very leery about that. Because first of all, it's not an excuse, but second of all, I think it adds more to the stigma. And the person being a jerk may not be mentally ill at all. They might just be an asshole. But I don't want to conflate that behavior with mental illness. So that's kind of how I feel about that. Let's see. But yeah, it's talk more about it. It's still stigmatized in the US. It's getting better, because at least people are talking about it. I think a lot has to do with the internet too, because just like you connect with other goths and other people who are dealing with the same things, or even in the same subcultures, or same things that you may be into, it's one of those things, you're not alone. It just seems like you are, because no one around you understands it. No one else around you even wants to get it sometimes. So it's out there. It's being talked about, but it's still stigmatized. It's, people just want you to get on with it. I feel people can deal with a fake smile better than your authentic, real feelings. People ask you, how are you? And, if I tell them the truth, I feel like utter dog crap. It's like they don't know what to say. It's like, yeah, not everything's fine. I feel like utter dog crap. Oh, okay, get better, bye. That type of thing. I usually lie about that stuff, but sometimes I'm just like, I feel like crap. That's how I feel. And I understand if you don't want to listen, but that's how I feel. I get sick of faking the smiles. I'm like, I feel like crap. I'm gonna smile anyway. Yeah. Wow. Oh, bipolar. Yeah. How do y'all feel about medication? Because I'm not on meds right now, and that's a big problem, because that's why my depression is lasting so long, I think. I think people are... I think some folks really... it's just kind of like, well, you're just going to be all doped up and happy, and loopy. It's like, no, my medication keeps me from thinking of suicide, which is... it's real. So I don't like there's a thought out there about people just taking their happy pills. Like, no, these are normalizing pills. I mean, if you gotta call them anything, I remember when I started taking medication, and my boyfriend, he kept asking me what was wrong. He's like, "Is there something wrong?" I was like, "No," and he's just like, "You seem not sad, but you seem..." He couldn't put into words. And I told him, I said, "I think I know what's going on." Because before the medication, I was either up or down. I was just either happy or like, oh, life is over. I'm just ready to be done with it. And after the medication, what happened is my mood stabilized. So he's thinking something's wrong. It's like, nothing's wrong. You're used to me being all over the place, like being either up or way down instead of even keel in the middle. So that's what medication does for me, and I want to get back on it. I'm finding ways to get back on it because I lost my job. I don't have health insurance. Oh, gosh, we're not going to get started on that because I believe health insurance is a right, and other people thinks it's a privilege. So I think that's part of the big problem with the mindset going on about health insurance. We want everything, but we don't want to pay for it. And I understand that mentality, but if you live in a society, sometimes, you just have to pay some stuff. I don't have kids, but I pay taxes towards, education in the school system, and I'm okay with that. That's just because I don't want... we don't need to crap on education. We just don't. So, yeah, whatever I can do to help keep our citizens educated, yes, I'm all for it. Okay, that's it. I think people are getting coffee, which is cool. I'm just gonna sit back, wait for y'all to ask me more questions. I feel like a dragon lady doing this. Ooh. I think I changed my foundation. It's still Iman, but I'm trying a stick foundation. I'm digging it. It's giving me more coverage. It's kind of it doesn't feel heavy, but it gives me more coverage than the cream foundation I've been wearing. So I'm really digging this. As I get older, I'm finding the matte, the MATTE, matte lipsticks, matte eyeshadows, and even foundation is working better for my face. The whole shiny reflection, I still do that on my eyes, but not so much everywhere else. People can be... How do you deal with parents who would disown you for looking or being goth? I think it's bullshit, really. I really do. I think even more even more extreme, you know, a lot of gay people and trans kids go through this as well. And, you know, if you're strange, I'm glad I didn't have to deal with that. My mom didn't like it, and she disapproved, but not to the point where she would kick me out of the house or disown you. I don't like questioning a parent's love, but if you're ready to disown your own kid over how they look or the music they listen to, I question you as a parent, really, because that's at the end of the day, that's nothing. For me to do that, they'd have to murder or rape somebody or something very extreme, even if, and I may not do it then, but for dressing weird and listening to weird music to be disowned, that's an excuse for something else. It's so minor. It's too minor to disown your kid over something like that. Yeah, people can be straight up assholes. They just oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I'm glad more people are speaking out on their mental illness. We're about to have a guest. And he's wearing my hat.
It's February. It's Abraham Lincoln's birthday.
Aww. Oh, is that
and
why
your
you...
birthday, too.
Thank you.
Hello, America. Goodbye.
Is that why you're wearing my top hat?
It's mine now.
No, it's... Try to jack my hat. I don't appreciate that. But I'm glad I'm glad more people are disclosing their mental illness, because you know what, if like for me, like I said, if I had to take meds to keep me from contemplating suicide, you damn well give me the whole freaking bottle, because I will do it. I don't care what you think. I don't care if you think I'm a junkie or a drug addict, which I'm not. I'm not taking that type of medication, but I mean, give me a break. Like, I think people, here's what I think. That goes with the whole conspiracy theory thing. I think there's this part of humanity, or the human brain, I think, that, you know, it feels nice when you know something that you don't think the rest of the human population knows. Like, you have this information and you crack the code, and you know, I have so much knowledge. But here's the problem with conspiracy theories. I always ask this. They give me the conspiracy theory, and then it's kind of like, okay, now we know. What do we do about this? Or what do we do with this information? Well, at least you know. That's not helpful to me. I already know a lot of stuff that is not put me at ease. I don't need to know anything else. Not if we can't do anything about it. People avoid me because I look different with green hair. I live in Sweden. I hate it. You know, I'm surprised by that, because I mean, I'm not questioning your situation, Felicia. I'm surprised because, you know, everyone, you know, I'm American. I live in America. So, you know, compared to Sweden, I know we come off as very conservative and kind of rigid, especially when it comes with the human body and sexuality and all that other stuff. And, you know, I've heard many, I shouldn't say many, the few people from Sweden who dress differently or alternative, they don't seem to have a problem or go through, people don't seem to make a big deal out of it there, but perhaps I'm wrong. Maybe it's just those particular Swedish people who don't have an issue. So... Sweetheart? He's not around. What's he going to emancipate? That's a good question. It's one thing to wear the hat, try to look all... Abe-like and handsome. It's like, yeah, what you gonna emancipate, man? Mr. 16? Mr. President? I thought I missed your live stream. So glad I did. I'm glad, you know what? I was gonna stop it because there was issues. YouTube was cutting me off, and and then I tried to get back on it, and then people probably thought I left. It was a mess. So I was going to just say, screw it. And then Felicia asked, hey, what happened? I was like, okay, I have one person here. So let me try it again. So this is part 2 of the live stream. I think I'll start later next time. Probably at noon instead of 11 a.m. I don't know. Yes, you know what? Some people just. I'm not sure how old you are, but it's. Now, admittedly, I don't dress that extreme compared to others, but you know when, I don't know, it's. You can't be your own person. It seems like. Some people give me weird looks about my appearance, but I love it when curious people are excited about my life. Yeah, me too. Makes it worth it. Definitely. Oh, man. Definitely. This is going to sound really snobbish, but it helps me to weed people out. Because if you're giving me crap just for what I look like or what I wear, well, that's step 1. You don't even know who I am. So it's just, I don't know if I want to deal with you. You've got that big of a problem with what I look like. So it's like, okay, let's just kind of take it all with a grain of salt. I live in a small town. Swedes love to forbid mentally disabled people to find love. Wow. Oh, is it the whole they shouldn't get married, therefore they shouldn't have kids and procreate and, you know, send their genes to their kids? Stupid. Whatever. Sweden is also anti-weed. Wow! Holy cow. Now that surprises me. That surprises me. Because we all know how puritanical America is, so it ain't no surprise some of our BS rules, but I'm surprised Sweden is also anti-weed. And I think part of it is it's legal in Amsterdam, even though it's a completely different country. I think it's just people's like, oh, they get to do this here, so it's just free willing up in the Nordic countries and that type of thing, and that's just not true. Obviously, different countries have different attitudes. I mean, look at Canada and the U.S. Night and day. So, but, if he can emancipate this country from his president, I'll throw him a parade. Yeah, me too. We need all sorts of emancipation. It's just, this has been a challenge to remain positive. You know, it just... And I think what's frustrating, it's not that people say, oh, no one agrees with each other, and you can't talk to people. You really have. I've tried having conversations. I've tried, trying to get a different point of view in things. You get over it. You're such a crybaby. It's like, okay, hi. Damn. I am 22 and I do have an Islam. Oh, okay. Whew. Was your father like this before the whole recent incidents, I should say? Because I know some people and Christians get more attention here. Oh, okay. Yeah. I understand. Oh, they definitely... Do the Christians there whine as much as American Christians? Because you would swear they're being persecuted left and right in this country. And it's like, no. No, try being a non-believer. Give me a break with that. But they'll try it, honey. They'll be like, oh, all these atheists and all these Muslims, like, ruining our country. It's like, we're being persecuted. People hate us just because we're Christian. Like, y'all the freaking majority. You have churches on every corner. I don't hear it. Give me a break with that. But it's, and I'll just clear up something. People think that some Americans are A-okay with ISIS and, you know, Islam, and, you know, they don't care that they're, you know, bombing all this stuff. But it's like, no, it's you can't blame regular Muslims for what the extremists do. I mean, Christians hate that. It's like, are you a Klansman? Are you part of the KKK? Because you're a white Christian. Oh no. Well, okay then. I can't do that to someone else. And no, I don't agree with the religion, but being a Muslim and part of ISIS are completely different things. It's insane. I don't know. I think people are just angry and they're just reactionary. That's what it is. Everyone's reactionary. We can't have a conversation at all, ever. And, you know, what do you do with that? What do you do with that? I don't know. But, you know, I wish I would like everybody to get along, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I wish I could just buy land somewhere, build a big old just mansion or something. Be like, okay, all the freaks can live here, but no politics. Brazil is, wow, okay. Maybe I'm just so, Brazil is anti-weed too. Okay, I agree with you. Sashiri. I hope I pronounced that right. Sashiri54. I agree with you 100%. The racism and the sexism in some of these atheist communities are ridiculous, and they're ready to call out sexism from Christian men and from Muslim men. But no, honey, you point out, it's like, you know, that was pretty sexist. Oh, damn feminism, damn women, blah blah blah. And see, to me it's worse because you don't have a holy book to blame your bullshit on. So this is coming from you entirely. And I definitely agree. And atheists want to act like they're 100% logical and they have no bias whatsoever, and that is impossible. So, it's, you know, I'm not racist. I'm just telling the truth. No, you're racist as fuck, okay? Believe me, I've dealt with racist idiots like you all my life. So, yeah. But yeah, I agree with you. Don't be calling out Christian and Muslim men for being sexist, and you're the biggest sexist around. No. No. That's some crap right there. I see no Caucasians where I live. Who does not hang out with Muslims? Yeah. I hear you, Felicia. My only thing is, do not be ashamed to be Caucasian. Because being Caucasian isn't the problem. It's being a bigot. That's the problem. And you don't have to be, just because you're Caucasian does not mean you have to be a bigot. Seriously. And I don't know what they do as far as, I don't know what Caucasians do in your particular country. I know a big problem here in the US, and when we say Caucasians, we mean white people. A lot of white people get shamed from other white people when they dare stand up to justice and stand against racism. All of a sudden they hate their race. All of a sudden they're white knight, they're N lovers, and all this other ridiculous stuff. And I speak against that because it takes the majority. They're the majority. So yeah, at some point, we can't fight this racism alone. We're only 13% of the population as far as Black Americans are. So yeah, don't be ashamed to be Caucasian. There's nothing wrong with being Caucasian. And being Caucasian isn't the problem. It really isn't. You might have been taught stuff about people of color, but don't fall for that. And if you stand up to justice, even if you're not Caucasian, people are going to give you shit for it. And that's what makes it so difficult. If it was easy, people would do it all the time. No problem. We'd all have our rights. We'd all be equal. But that's not the way it works. Unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, I am an atheist. I don't believe in a higher power. So yeah, that doesn't change. But, you know, people want to get comfortable. They, especially some atheists who are white and male. They have this idea. It's like liberal white men. They have this idea that just because they're not like conservative men or Christian men, oh, they're just above it. They are not suckered into, the powers that be and their teaching. It's like, no. I think my problem with some atheists, they act like they have not internalized anything. And that's impossible. Everyone's a product of their culture and their time and their country. So this idea that you're completely, you're completely objective and that you haven't internalized everything, that's ridiculous. I mean, give me a break. That's just flat out false. See, there's about 1.6 billion Muslims out in the world, right? If it was inherently violent, everyone would be dead. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And people forget Islam is not a race. I've seen white Muslims, I've seen black Muslims definitely, and brown, but it's a religion. Just like not all Christians are white. That's ridiculous. So, yeah, that's a lot of people. I'm also pan, but no one ever asked me to talk to me about it. I want a more... Wow, I am just so shocked. I mean, I know you live in a small town, Felicia, but maybe, I wonder if it's... I'm just so shocked by this. Maybe it's... I'm shocked, but I really shouldn't be. I think it's kind of like... Because America does that. We're all for freedom and we're all for equality. And yeah, that's true on paper. But then when you get here, or if you talk to minorities, you might get a different, you'll get a different point of view on what's really going on here. So maybe I just simply looked to what, I don't know, this idea of Sweden just being so liberal and be free, and you hear certain Swedish people go on about that, but then there's other Swedes that's like, whatever. Take that with a grain of salt. Let's see. Talking about race, you wouldn't believe how racist my country is. 50%. That I do know. I know. Oh, yes. I have heard about that. Especially when you watch television. I mean, it's whitewashed, but I thought America was whitewashed. Oh, my goodness. Some of the TV shows from South America and Mexico, which is part of North America, it is whitewashed. The only time I see darker skin people from South America is if they're on a talk show or the news or something where they interview actual people and not actors. But so I'm unfortunately am aware of that, and it's unfortunate. But most old are bitching about their marriage and education. Yeah. Here's my issue. I'm going to talk about my country. First of all, it's not your country. In England, I'm not talking about racism, but when the white English say it's their country, okay, you can debate that because that's where white Americans come from, Europe. But how you gonna be an immigrant? You hate immigrants? No. It's so ridiculous. And England's no better because it's like, how you gonna hate immigrants and you colonized half the world? Like, what? Nah, come on, man. Yeah, Afro. Okay, I've seen that with some pagans. It's just an attitude. It's just an attitude a lot of people have. Like, you're just so above it all. You know, there's no way I could be racist and sexist. I'm a millennial or something stupid like that. I'm like, okay. It's just... And here's the thing. I want to say something about the race card that gets on my freaking nerves. Don't accuse me of playing the race card when you're the one playing it. You know what I mean? People bring up race, and then when I defend it or talk about it, oh, I'm just sick of the race card. No, homie, you don't get to bring it up and then criticize me for defending myself. No, I'm so over that. Talking about playing the race. You brought it up, man. Because believe me, I don't like talking about race unless it's a conversation like this. You know, people are giving their input. There's no shaming here. No one's saying, oh, you're wrong. You know, you're wrong, Felicia. You're wrong about the Swedes and Swedish culture. I've never been there, and it's not part of my heritage, but you're wrong. That's how it is with racism in my country. I'm wrong, even though I've lived this for over 40 years. It's just arrogant. At best, it's arrogant. Okay, I think this live stream's getting better. Okay. I need to fix my nose ring. I'm fixing my nose ring. It looks like I'm picking my nose, and I'm really not. But I think what happens is, at least in America, the dominant religion is Christian. So if you're not a Christian, or even if you're into paganism or Wicca or an atheist, it's like, oh, I'm not a Christian, that means I'm enlightened. Not necessarily. It just means you don't believe in the Christian religion. That's really all that means. Here we go. I don't think all of this messed up. Yeah, and that's the thing. And that's... I just read Falling Starry, sorry. I can't hardly see. That's my issue. We're individuals. Yeah, there's a community, but we're individuals. The problem is if you're going to treat people like individuals, treat everyone like individuals. You know, I try not to lump people into groups based on their skin color or their race or their culture, because you're going to find assholes everywhere. That's part of the human condition. I wish it wasn't, but it is. People will use whatever they have to gain control and power. That may be religion. It is definitely the case with money. Sometimes it's with their bodies. If you have that mindset already, you're going to use whatever tools you have to further control and further control, or, you know, try to dominate people. So it's not really, because you also meet cool people in different religions and different countries and stuff like that. It's just, there's good and bad in every group of people. That's just the way it is. I don't understand. No, I do understand. There's a lot of dehumanization going on, and you have to dehumanize people. Whether it's when there's discrimination and prejudice, part of keeping people down is you teach the majority of people to dehumanize them. No one sits there and says, okay, it's a law, you must dehumanize them. No, it's sneaky. It just kind of, it's like a worm. It just kind of worms way into your brain, into your mindset. And but you have to dehumanize people, because if you don't, people naturally may not necessarily hate another person just for what they look like. They have to be taught that. And you have to teach them that, for example, gay people are degenerates, or they're not really people, because if they're not people, they're not equal to you, and that's justification to treat them poorly and to discriminate against them. But I have done, you learn how to cope, and you have your clapbacks ready, and, like if I get the question, what's the deal with black on black crime? First of all, I say, you mean crime? Because that's really what it is, crime. And second of all, why are you asking me? It has nothing to do with me. I'm not a criminal. I do not work in law enforcement, nor do I work in the criminal justice system. I don't know why you would think I knew anything about crime. Not only black on black crime, that's what it's called. So, you learn the little tricks people kind of throw at you. Like, you ain't slick, homie. Nice try. Uh-oh. The wires are... Oh, no. Okay, let's see what's going on with this. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I just had to check my YouTube, because who knows? Because it's getting good, y'all. We're getting in the thick of conversation. Hey! Because if y'all saw my first live stream earlier, some of y'all were there, and the other people, like I said, there was interruptions. I was just sitting there like, what am I going to talk about? Crap, I had nothing planned to talk about. So it's getting good now. And the issue as a black person. Yeah. Let's see. I've had the issue as a black person where anytime I exhibit black behavior, African American vernacular, for example, those around me who are white reject me. The only way I avoid criticism is by acting white as possible. Ah, yes. Code switching. And, anti-blackness is exhausting. I agree. And I have, the code switching is very real. We've been doing it ever since we were brought here, basically. And it's weird because black people get on me for sounding white, even though, first of all, I just talk the way I talk. And second of all, dude, you're calling me at my job. Yeah, I sound professional and anal because I'm at a job. I can't pick up my phone. I can't say, what do you want, man? I mean, they're like, hello, Company X, how may I help you? That type of thing. But yeah, the whole racism thing it's exhausting. It's like, how many times do I have to tell you that not only am I a human being, but I am an individual? I don't know. You had some beef with some black woman in your city. I don't live there. I don't know her. Like, what? But if we do it to white people, a lot of these white people get angry. Well, it's not my fault. It was useless. Okay, I didn't say it was your fault, but you're doing it to me. And I want to clear up. I'm calling bullshit on something. People like to come at black folks and say, well, I had nothing to do with slavery. Here's where I'm calling bullshit. Who the fuck told you that? Who told you that you had something to do with what happened hundreds of years ago? I want names. Was it your mother? Was it your who told you that? Because I don't know any black person, and I know a lot. When we say something like whites and slavery, we're not talking about the 20-year-old white guy fixing our lattes at Starbucks. I mean, give me a break. Do I really have to tell you I know you weren't there. I know you weren't alive then. I'm not talking about you. I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. This is some weird game that's going on. Because I don't know any black person that blames white people nowadays for something that happened years ago. Seriously. Hey, Joladala! Hello, Mama Gothic SoulFlower, or Mama SoulFlower. I like that. Y'all, I love Mama and Auntie. I love stuff like that. And I don't have kids, so y'all can be my children, even if you're the same age. I don't care. I'm the only one on the planet with kids older than me. That's how special I am. Oh, like gay marriage. Yeah. Hey! But yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that. I'm just, people are saying we say things, and it's like, no. I don't know anyone who blames you personally. My question is, why are you taking it personally? You weren't around then, but you sure getting upset when I'm talking about, things that slavery and Jim Crow, and you getting all upset. That's not my fault. No one said it's your fault. Shoot. Hey, Rashawn Simpson. Yeah, that's how I feel. It's just calm down. Don't take it personally. It happened. It affects the crap we're going on today. Because look, this racism bullshit, it didn't start last Tuesday. So let's not act like this is a new thing and like, oh, you just need to get over it. No, we try every day. Okay, I know I do. I don't talk about my race unless it's brought up and y'all want to act the fool about it. I'm gonna defend myself. Just am. That's okay. Gothic SoulFlower, shy by my. This thing, it cuts off the bottom, so it's like, I have to wait till it scrolls up for me to see anything. Anyway. What say y'all? The folks that was here before, I wonder if I should delete the first live stream since I was just kind of sitting there looking all slack jaw, looking like a moron. Or should I just keep it? Maybe, because I named this one part 2, so there ain't no skin off my nose. I'm still learning this stuff. So. So let's see. I'm looking at myself, and I've been thinking about going minimal on my makeup. Not all the time, but it's just, I like the glitter and stuff, but if I'm not going anywhere, it's kind of like, let me make sure. Okay. It looks like we're good still. I have to check, because YouTube be tripping. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Right. I guess people are just people. Oh, here we go. Should I buy my side chick some McDonald's? If you want to. Strange question. Yes, buy your side chick some McDonald's. If she wants McDonald's. I don't know about that one. It was Fred. Yeah, I'll do that side chick, side boy thing. It's hard enough keeping track of one guy. I don't need an army of men. That's a little too much for me to handle. I'm just... Right now I'm getting hungry. I don't know why you brought McDonald's. Thank you. I wasn't even thinking of food. What else? I don't know. Y'all into... I know some of y'all are into the belly dance stuff. I don't know if everyone is. Like I said earlier in the earlier live stream, thinking about somehow incorporating belly dance into my videos. Just trying to figure out a way to do that. Hey, hey, hey. Hope y'all can still see me. But yeah, it's you just... People exhaust me. That's just the honest truth. No, don't delete it. It's SoulFlower Unplugged. Love it. Don't delete it. It's SoulFlower Unplugged. An instant clap. I'm so naming my live stream that. SoulFlower Unplugged. Consider that stolen. Atomic Topher. I'm sorry, I get some of my best ideas from you guys. I really do. It's like, oh, yes, I'll do that. SoulFlower Unplugged. Picture me with the guitar. Okay, that's a little Deliverance, but y'all get the picture. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So that would be called SoulFlower Unplugged 1? SoulFlower Unplugged 2. Perfect. I hope this isn't lagging at all. It seems fine from my end, but I can't always tell what's going on. And I keep, there's the webcam. I should keep looking at it. So, I don't know. That is true, Miss Teresa. It costs too much to keep a side piece. Yeah, that's what I don't understand. That's what my boyfriend says. Because I said, all right, looky no touchy. If you bring home another chick, she better have some money. Because I am getting a cut. He said, it's too expensive. Too much work. Are you kidding me? I was like, okay, that's what I want to hear. There you go. Oh, you are tripping. You're all tripping me out. This is hilarious. Okay, and Donald Trump is an anagram for Lord. I gotta wait for it to scroll up. Because I tried extending the page, and that's where things just went to hell. I was like, okay, I don't know what I did. Well, here we go. I haven't said anything for a while, so here's a fun fact to share. Donald Trump is an anagram for Lord Damn. I call him an elderly baby, and I have never called anyone that. Ever. Like I said, they were childish, but baby. He's an elderly baby, and I don't know what people see in this dude. Look, we've had presidents where I didn't agree with their politics, but I wasn't, at some level, I do believe them when they say they love America, they have America's best interests at heart, even though I may not believe it. It was just like, okay, well, I didn't doubt they didn't like him. I didn't doubt that they loved their country. But this elderly baby, Mr. Orange, oh no, I'm trying to be as open-minded as possible. Y'all know I am, but I don't see it. I don't understand it. And that's what I'll leave it at that. I don't understand what they see. I don't get it. And then when I ask people, they want to give me an attitude and laugh in my face. It's like, okay, I'm just trying to get what you're. I mean, maybe it's something I'm not seeing. That's all. But conversation is dead. Dialogue is dead. We are arguing now. We are reactive, and we just want to argue. That's it. No conversation, no dialogue. I listened to Marilyn Manson's Sun 41. I think it says, does that make me gothic? Sure. Absolutely. Not goth, in my opinion, because Marilyn Manson and Metallica and Fallout, but they're not goth bands or make goth music. But gothic, as far as darkly inclined, absolutely. Yeah, makes you gothic. And again, this is my opinion. I don't write laws, so take it with a grain of salt if you like. But you just have to, I have to make sure I'm not overwhelmed by people and their little attitudes, and I know that's vague, but it gets exhausting. And it's just like, alright, I just want to snuggle with my cat. My cat's being really good today. He's usually all up on the keyboard, trying to press keys and get in the way of my workflow. But I wonder if it's because I'm talking. That's the only difference. So maybe that's the key. Maybe I have to start talking to myself, which I'm good at, by the way. And I'm a bad liar. What? Oh. You're a bad liar. Oh, okay, Miss Teresa. Someone may have a sad piece. That's true. That's true. He has the best words. So many bigly words. Okay. One thing I did get from Trump that I do use is kofefe. I stole that one. I'm like, a nice cup of kofefe. That's a classic right there. I think that's my favorite thing about Trump, kofefe. I wish you all a good night in peace. Trump is a... Good night, Felicia. Oh, yeah. Ooh, I wonder what time it is over there. It's really late in Sweden, I think. Yeah. What is your favorite type of goth music? Ah, good question. Goth rock, dark wave. I know some people. I like goth rock and dark wave. I think those are my two. Death rock too. I like death rock, goth rock, and dark wave. I like some ethereal. You know what though? Dead Can Dance. It's funny when people say that because that is a goth band I could not get into. I may have to give another listen because it's been some years. But it's kind of frustrating because on paper I should like them, you know, the sounds and the ethereal sound and all that. But what I heard from them again years ago, I just wasn't feeling that band. So again, this Dead Can Dance is a band that I would like to check out again because opinions change and sometimes you hear things that you like that you didn't like before, but at this point in time, that's just one band I could not get into. But yeah, death rock, goth rock, and dark wave are my main favorites. And just to let y'all know, a lot of goths, particularly ones from the 80s, got into goth, as a natural progression of punk. They were punks and they were into that, and then they switched to goth. I got into goth because of new wave, and I don't think I'm alone in that. I really I think I'm not alone in that. I think it really depends on where you were at. You know, I'm a 90s goth, so the 80s new wave was... I call Depeche Mode my gateway to goth, because they were. I like the sound, I like the dark, moody grooves that Depeche Mode had. They had little industrial sounding things in the background. So some goths got into goth because of punk. I got into it because of new wave, and then other people got into it by fashion and literature and that type of thing. So it's just interesting how we all get into the goth subculture. I listen. Oh, you're welcome, Rashawn. I think you're talking to me. I listen to Bauhaus and even have some version. A time that makes you goth as fuck. Seriously. I listen to Bauhaus and even Peter Murphy's Autograph. Does that make me goth? That's a big old fat yes. I was feeling you knew that. A little humble brag going on there. I even have Peter Murphy's Autograph. Wow. Aren't we the gothiest? But yeah, it definitely counts. Absolutely. Got the contact thing going on. I wish I knew what I was doing with this contact. I don't know why it's all cloudy. Pain in the butt. Gotta make a couple thumbnails for these. Huh. Oh yeah, that's what I went through with the other one, I think. Type of music I like, just real quick, for those of you who weren't with us in the first live stream. Besides goth, I also like 60s folk and psychedelic music from the 60s as well. The Doors is one example. The Velvet Underground. As far as folk, there's Simon and Garfunkel, Peter, Paul, Mary. I love the 50s sound. Elvis, Fats Domino, the Platters, that type of thing. I love old blues from the 20s to the 40s, especially ones from the 40s, like right before rock and roll really hit. And I love me some ABBA too, and I am not ashamed. That is like probably the most non-goth band in my repertoire, but I dig them. Let's see. Took me the longest time to get into Joy Division. I can see that. I can. That doesn't surprise me for some reason. I love Joy Division, but I don't like all their songs, and I can see people who may not get into that. Same. I like a bit of their stuff, but I'm not into them. Would rather listen to Faith and the Muse. And they're okay too. And I got my music. I get really into. I really do get set in my ways, and part of my challenge this year, it's not really a big challenge, because I've been hearing some great Gothic tunes in the later years. Rendezvous is a band that I started getting into, for example, and then there's Angels of Liberty. I love that band. So I am trying to expand my my list of music in the Gothic umbrella, or the goth rock umbrella, because I like the old 80s and 90s, but I do admit it gets old, it gets stale, and I have to listen to something else. Oh crap, I need to finish this last couple of... Cool. Let's see. But yeah, I'm actually glad let's see. Okay, I need to finish this last couple of Kofefe. Take it recycle before they close. Alright, Rude. Alright, thanks for joining us. Yay. Oh, goodbye, Ruhan. Ruhan, I'm sorry. I missed the other one. Oh yeah, I missed it. Nicotine or nicotine. 12 milligrams. Yes. Nicotine and coffee. Oh, I didn't know Roz Williams liked ABBA. Yeah, Switchblade Symphony's a good band. I saw them. It was a good show. Oh, dang. Yes, Lead Belly. Absolutely. Lead Belly, Mississippi John Hurt. Those are two favorites right off the top of my head. I like Bessie Smith too. She's more from the 20s. It's just got a different sound. Once you hit the blues around the 30s and 40s, you really hear the roots of rock and roll. In the 20s, you hear it too, but it's more, I don't know, Ragtime was out then too. It was, I'm not a music scholar, but this is based on what I've heard from my own music collection. No! Gothic music records on Bandcamp. I have to check them out. Thank you. I just started listening to things on SoundCloud and Bandcamp. I've used some of their songs in these past couple recent videos, and they got some good stuff on there. So I will definitely check out Gothic music records. They got a lot of stuff, and yeah, I'm able to use their music. Especially if you pay for it. I feel like if an artist lets you use their songs, the least you could do is spare $1 or $2 for the track. That's just how I feel. Nice. Free downloads for sampling bands. Oh, I'm definitely gonna take a look. Absolutely. That makes me happy. And for y'all join me for the second part of the live stream that wasn't there in the first live stream. I turned 45 in 2 weeks. 45. Yes, I am still alive at 45. Woo! I can't believe I'm 45. But yeah, I made it this long. I'm still alive, so I'm happy about that. So yes, I am Aquarian, not a Pisces. I'm on the cusp. I made it to Aquarian. I think February 18 starts Pisces. So I'm on the cusp there. So I am an Aquarian, and I don't know if y'all know about the Myers-Briggs test. Some people, I think it's helpful. Some people don't think it's anything, but I am an INFP. If any of y'all follow that at all. And what else am I? I'm an HSP, highly sensitive person. This is the decade. This is the decade of acronyms. This is like the acronym generation. LOL, WTF, WTH. I love it. Okay, let's see. Ooh. I think we're going to wrap this up within the next 5 minutes, maybe. Unless y'all want to keep going. We'll see. I thought I heard something outside. This live stream's a lot of fun. I can see, I look at live streams after the fact. I think that was involved with one or two. One was definitely with Midnight Owl, and that was cool. I was like on the computer and I saw she was live. I was like, okay. And Ooh, nice. Oh! Clan of Cymox. Yay! Good for you! First time seeing a goth band live. It's awesome. I haven't seen a goth band live in quite a while, probably 15 years at least. But you're gonna enjoy it. You know, you're gonna see people decked out. Make sure you wear something you can stand in if you don't have seats. And if you drink alcohol, don't mix the alcohol. I did that KMFDM. That was not good. Nothing happened. It's just things start spinning. It's like, okay. But yeah, good for you. That's exciting. Yeah, I love the haunting sounds. I love the swirling guitars and like the synthesizers, and it's just like that howling sound. Woo! Yes, I love all of it. And I also like the rock sound, like the ones that sound closer to punk. It's, you know, I do like, and I like punk too. I love the hell out of the Ramones. They were my band there. Their songs were short and sweet, and yeah, I really like them. I think it's sad. I think there's only one Ramone left. I think the other three others have passed away, which is sad because they weren't that old. But yeah, that's, oh my goodness. I don't even. A lot of the singers I grew up with are gone. Michael Jackson, Prince, David Bowie. It's like, what the fuck? No, I'm not ready for this. I know I'm older, but that doesn't mean y'all have to die on me. You're supposed to live forever. I'm being unreasonable. Did you put any horror into Darkly Inclined? Without reading the full comment yet, because it hasn't scrolled up. Falling Starry. Yes, horror is definitely Darkly Inclined. Absolutely. No question. I go for the psychological horror films myself. Big popular one is The Shining. My problem with gore, films with gore, is it's not necessarily scary, it's just gross. I'm kind of squeamish, so the movies with Saw, and I don't like torture films. I don't like torture porn at all. It's just kill this dude and get it over with, please. Because that's what's going to happen anyway. But yeah, horror is definitely Darkly Inclined. I don't see why games couldn't be included. Now, I am not a gamer as far as what's been out in the past 20 years, as far as because gaming is a culture. It's a subculture. I would consider horror games or some other games Darkly Inclined, sure. Make a creepy or dark story in a difficult design with a darker art style, not just gore only. Yeah, I would. Absolutely. You can do one genre, I don't know if it's in gaming, but one genre is noir. Noir. I mean, that's in film, and that's very dark. But yeah, I would include it in gaming, absolutely. What is your favorite scary movie of all time? The Shining. The Shining. And that's because I saw it as a child, and it freaked me out. Really, I didn't want to go to sleep. And and the Alfred Hitchcock, God, I forget. The whole movie wasn't scary to me, but the shower scene, y'all know what I'm talking about, with Janet Leigh. That makes you not want to, it's like, do I have to really get in the shower? I had to get in the shower during the day. I can't believe I'm blanking out on that movie. But my favorite scary movie is The Shining. It's this slow build, and it's not really gory. It's definitely psychological. You know, they got blood and they've got scenes in it. But just the thought of that big ass hotel. Every time I go to a hotel, I think about that. Like, what if I was in here by myself in the middle of a snowstorm? So Kubrick did a good job with freaking me out with that movie. Absolutely. How do y'all feel about gore? I'm realizing as I get older, I'm getting more squeamish, which I didn't expect. I would have thought I'd get a little more tougher. But I think as I get older, I'm just kind of like, well, this is gross. I don't quite understand that. So I'm learning a lot as I get older. It's interesting. Oh, crap. Yeah, see. Let me read Teresa Nunez's comment. I learned that I had a pair of platform boots and I got knocked down. The platforms broke. Again, the end of the comment hasn't scrolled up yet, but I have been in a mosh pit exactly once in my life and never again. I was there unintentionally. What happened is the band took a break. It was an intermission of sorts, so we were just all chatting and drinking our alcohol, smoking our cigarettes. This was the 90s, so we were there doing our thing, and then we see the band assemble, get ready to play again. Getting ready to play again, and they're setting up. And I'm standing there, and I'm looking at people in a circle, and I realize, holy shit, I'm in the mosh pit. I had my top hat on. I don't know if y'all saw that photo of me with the top hat and the velvet dress. I wore a similar outfit, but it was definitely a top hat. I turn to get out of the mosh pit, and they start playing, and all I see is bodies bum rush me. They're coming at me. I'm like, no! And I'm like jostled around. I feel hands, and it was scary. My hat was gone. That thing was crushed. That was crushed to hell. It got knocked off my head. I'm sure someone stomped on it, but it was like frightening to just realize you're in the mosh pit, and a second later the guitar starts and you just see bodies. It's like, oh my God. I don't know how I escaped that, but it was scary. Hello, Dark Maury. How are you? Nice to see you. I haven't seen your videos lately, and I looked. I hope everything's okay. I'm not a fan of gore. Is it just visuals, not paired with a decent story? Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's just I don't like gore, and I don't like scatological or bathroom humor. I just find that gross, and I'm just sensitive to it. I don't find it funny. Like, yeah, urine and poop, and especially blah, that I realize that's part of reality, but I don't want to see it. I'm not entertained by that. Like, no, it's just gross. I get easily grossed out, as y'all could tell. The Jason Michael Myers slasher movies. I can take or leave. I haven't watched those films in ages. Yeah, agree. The straight up torture. I can't deal with torture porn. I just... all I remember, I saw Reservoir Dogs once, which is not a horror film. But I couldn't even tell you what happened in the movie. But all I remember is they were just torturing this cop. He was sitting in a chair, and all I said was just kill this man. Just end it, because you're going to end it anyway. I don't know why we have to sit here and watch you torture this guy. No, I'm not into that at all. Same feelings with acting. Yeah, it is just so bad. And I haven't seen a horror film, or the only films I'm into these days are documentaries, but I know people have expressed their hatred towards the jump scares. It's just, I don't know, I guess it's expected now. I don't know, it's always interesting, but I know that jump scares are not appreciated by a lot of people. But yeah, these and what's funny is with the Jason Michael Myers slasher movies, if you look at the old movies, I don't think they're as gory as the newer movies. Don't quote me on that. It probably takes someone who's into horror films, but people are telling me if you compared the two, one's bloodier than the other, and it's not the newer film. So I found that pretty interesting. Let's see. This thing is so weird, and I'm still going. Yay. This is fun. I can't wait till the weather breaks, because I prefer to film outside. I love sitting outside, just being outside. And you got the natural light going already. You already got the natural light working in your favor. And so yeah, I'm really anxious to start filming outside again. Alright, people, I will be back. Nature calls. And I don't want to end the stream, so maybe we all should take a break. Maybe. Yeah, let me take care of this, and I'll be back. Okay, let's see what happens when I do this. Okay, hello. There we go. Alright, excellent. Excellent day. Got to go, have fun, stay dark. Bye, Teresa. Thanks for joining us. What about, oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. Let's go back. This is awesome. The more realistic the situation, the less I like it. Oh, interesting. I kind of like it when it's more realistic. Cool. Oh, good. That's good to know, Miss Jazz Lady. Dark Mori, she is the Gothic Jazz Lady. That's what I'm calling her, because that's where the style reminds me of. I like weird ones like May, a creepy girl making a doll of human hearts. I have not seen May. There's more room to twirl outside. Yes, I'm so glad Atomic Topher is so supportive of my twirling. Thank you. What about oh my goodness, the Exorcist movie. I forgot about that one. Creepy as fuck. Yeah. That part with the crucifix, it's like, whoo. I'm not a believer, but even I want to just go to the church and confess. Like, holy cow, that was intense. But yeah, that was another creepy ass movie. Whew. And then especially when she walked down the stairs, the spider walk. Ah, creepy. Ah, jump scares are cheap. I see. Good point there. Yeah, I think that's part of what made The Exorcist so creepy. That spider walk, I mean, it still gets me. And I think it came out in 1973. I mean, it's old. So I'm sure seeing that for the first time at a theater. Yikes. Jump scares are cheap. I love when atmosphere alone can create paranoia. Yeah, I agree with that. And I'll wait till it scrolls up to read the rest of the comment. I agree with that. And I guess that's my feeling. What's going on here? Do I have like a little... Oh, that's part of... That's how I feel with gore. It's kind of like... gore. It's not really scary. It's just... It's just kind of like... The more blood and guts, the better, the more scary. No, that's not true. That's not true. There we go. Jump scares are cheap. I love it when the atmosphere alone can create paranoia. If no monster is seen and the character is safe, but you have an uneasy feeling from nothing G at all, but atmosphere, that's great. I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. And that gives me... Thank you for that comment, because it gives me a better... more reason that people don't like jump scares. Yeah, no one likes cheap, especially if it's done to death. It's, yeah, like whatever. Ooh, the Silent Hill games are great. Horror 1 to 4 are great games, especially. Now, the Silent Hill, wasn't that a movie, or is this just games? I don't want to get things mixed up. If it's a movie, then I'm wondering how the movies are, but the games... yeah, definitely. Actually, what's the name? I don't know if it's Evil Dead or Dead Again. It's definitely a video game, and I used to watch my friends play that, and the zombies and the dogs would just jump out of nowhere. Ah! That was scary. And that's probably why they use jump scares in movies, to be honest with you. Hello, Rosalia. I'm Mixon47. You have validated me as a goth. After years of toning down due to kids, I'm finally going for it. I still love the black and white movie The Haunting. Big respect. Awesome! That is awesome, Rosalia! Yes, do your thing. Do your thing. I think we need to... dress how you want, but this idea that life ends at 40 is absolutely ridiculous. And if you don't think so, if you're working a job, do the math. How long is it going to be before you can retire? For me, it's a good at least 22 years, maybe, unless things go as planned. So yeah, I got a lot. There's a lot of years left. It is called middle age. It's so yeah. And it's a shame because I actually have more confidence now than I did 20 years ago. Even though I dressed to shock and to confuse, I was just angry and just insecure. Whereas now, you ain't gotta like my style. I'm still gonna do it, and I have earned it. So you do your thing, Rosalia. Absolutely. And don't let anyone tell you any different. Their discomfort is their issue. Okay, y'all are getting the Blair Witch Project. That freaked me out, but I only watched that movie once. I don't know if it would scare me again, because I kind of already know what's going to happen. Even though I've seen The Shining and Exorcist more than one time, I don't know. I don't know if the Blair Witch Project, it was a lot of that creepiness was from not seeing it before. So, I don't know. Oh, okay. That's good to know. Okay, so there are movies, Silent Hill movies, but they came after the games. Okay, got it. That's good to know, actually. So, okay. Don't trust the movies. I don't know what happened. I used to be really into movies, especially with my mom. She was a big moviegoer, and I used to watch movies, all that. I think I stopped kind of around, I'm gonna say maybe 2009, maybe. I haven't seen, let's put it this way, the last movie I've seen, period, which was in a theater, was the Star Wars movie, and I don't know if they came out with a new one since then. This is the one where this was the one where we saw Princess Leia, and then of course Carrie Fisher, the actress, died last year. So this was Carrie Fisher's last Star Wars film. That's the last film I've seen. And I thought they came out with a new one. I don't know. I haven't been keeping track. Oh, thank you, Rosalia. Mwah. Stop by anytime. I'm really digging meeting all these alternative folks. I'm telling you. Because there's not a lot of alternative folks. At least the ones my age around where I live. Again, I live in Maryland, I live in a suburb of Washington, D.C. And, yeah. It's not a bad area. It's just, I don't know. I don't really fit in with the lawyers and the lobbyists and the politicians, that type of thing. First question, what time is it? 2:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I think that's Greenwich Mean Time -5, I think. If I remember correctly. But yeah, 2:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. I'm telling you, gaming has come a long way. It used to be, when I was in video games, it was like, oh, playing video games, that was like a hobby. It wasn't like this big subculture. And now it's like, there's games I've never heard of. I think it's wonderful. But then again, when half the games look just like the movies, I mean, it takes me a while sometimes. It's like, is this a game or is this a film? And sure enough, it's a game, and that's how realistic it looks. It's crazy. Huh. Oh, heater. Okay. We're about to wrap this up, so I can let y'all get on with your afternoon or evening. I doubt any of y'all, it's still morning for some of y'all, but definitely afternoon and evening. And wow, this was way more productive. I didn't know what I was doing. This is like my second live stream in a row. The first one was my first time. But that's how you learn. You just have to do it, and if it doesn't work, it's not the end of the world. Also, in my 20s, if things didn't work, I would be highly upset. Like, it was just the end of the freaking world. Like, I don't know why it didn't work for me. But now I'm like, okay. As long as you all are nice and patient, so I do appreciate that. There will be a new video coming next Saturday, and I think y'all will like it. Hopefully, we'll see. But I think that's about it. I think I'm gonna let y'all go. It was nice chatting with y'all. Woo! I'm just so happy I didn't get any interruptions with this one, and this will be the last live stream. Trust me. I'll have something to talk about just in case there's lulls, but this was good. This was awesome. Okay, I gotta get into the screen. There we go. Ta-ta for now. TTFN. Stay dark and stay gorgeous. Bye.